Hello, my lovely ladies. Good afternoon. I hope you're all doing well. I'm currently in the process of selecting pages for my Clematis journal. So I've done the cover page. Isn't that beautiful? Clematis here, clematis here, clematis here. And I love the purple and pinks, and also with the hints of yellow, and of course the green. I love how this cover page turned out. And I've also just recently collaged together the inner cover. So hopefully you saw my video in doing this. I think that this also turned out really wonderfully well. It's almost so pretty that it could be a cover page in itself. But I decided that, we'll stick with the plan. We'll make this the inner cover. So this is how it's going to look. This is the cover, inner cover, right? So you're going to, this is the journal. And when you open it up, it's going to be this in the inner cover and this on the back inner cover. So given that I've got the cover and inner cover selected and done, that serves as the anchor or the theme in which I select my pages. So I find selecting pages really, really fun. So I just wanted to share some of the pages I've selected, or a lot of the pages that I've selected for this journal. And, as I create the journal, some of these pages may or may not end up in the journal. I'm thinking most of them will, but it's a creative process, and so some of them may or may not work in the end, but these are the pages that I've got selected so far. So like I said, the main theme is that this is a purple journal with pink as a secondary color with hints of yellow and green, and a clematis theme. So that's kind of the mindset that I have in selecting the pages. So to start off, I've got this envelopes that I pre-made. I was just in the mood to make this envelopes one night. So I pre-made these envelopes, and I think it will go with the journal given the yellow hits of yellows and pinks and purples and pinks. So I think these envelopes may work in the journal somewhere. And also, the front and inner covers and inner covers are from this book by Frances Perry, Flowers of the World, which I love. So there's a lot of, cut pages from this book resulting from, collaging the inner covers and selecting the main covers. So I like to use all the images up and not waste a thing. So I pulled this from the same book, and I thought maybe, this image here will work, or this back image may work. I may potentially make tags out of it, or just, tuck it in a tuck spot. So, like I said, I'm just selecting pages, and then eventually it's going to evolve into the creation of the journal and the ephemera within the journal. So I thought that's a potential image that I can use in the journal. These are leftover cutout pages as well. See, it says Clematis, so I figured I could use that somewhere in the journal. I have these, kind of craft postcards, and I thought maybe potentially with this color scheme may work within the journal as a journaling spot. So I've put that and included that in my selection. Oh, I love this image. So this image is from this book. Most of the images, as you notice here, there's a lot of clematis images here. Let me just pull that out first. So it says here, right here, these are all various clematis images. Ooh, and even that. Wow, that is beautiful. I got this image from this book. It's a series of books, Time Life books. And clematis is a flower, but it's a flower from a vine. So this is the vine book out of that series. So that's where I got a lot of the images that are clematis for the inner pages of the book. So I was thinking for this page, I could use it as a page in a signature and not really alter it that much, because both this would look really nice. And then when you open it up, the inner pages would also look really nice. So I thought this is definitely going in that journal. Very Clematis themed page. And then, like I said, there's leftover pages from that book. Potentially, I might use some of the text and include that in the journal. This image was from that book, okay? And so I cut that out. It's not a clematis, but it's a purple flower, so I thought it would still go with the theme. This is from the same Time Life book. Again, various images of clematis. So this is not gonna work, but maybe I cut this out, you know, and include it as a tag within the journal. Okay, so I wanted to include a variety of book pages. So I pulled out one of my books called Creating a Wildflower Garden. And I just picked out a page that had purples and pinks. It's not clematis, obviously, but I already collaged in this page. So this was from the same Time Life series of books. It's not the Vine book, but it's from, I believe, from this other book in that series. This is called Flowering Houseplants. So, but from the same series. So I collaged some of the images onto this book page. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to cover a lot of the text, right? So I liked the purple and pink here, but if I'm using this page, you know, the full page as a signature, I wanted to cover a lot of the text. So that's what I did here. And these are some pre-made faux stamps that I've done. I really like the way they turned out, so I'm using them a lot lately. My stash of faux stamps, including this one as well. So that is another book page. I've got from the same book, the Time Life series, you know, potentially these texts could work. Again, it has that clematis here. Maybe I use some of the text and just some leftover cutout pieces that I didn't want to waste. And this actually says clematis as well. Then I've got these wonderful paint chips in purples and lavender. I thought it would go well with the journal, so potentially I use these ones. Blackberry Gem, Romantic Poetry, and Aubergine. Then I've got a stash of 6x6 papers, and I thought, you know, potentially this one, because of the purple, may go in the journal. I've already kind of inked up some of the edges here, as you can see, and potentially I'll ink it up a little bit more, but I'm not sure what I want to use it first. Again, I'm just collecting pages, and eventually these pages can turn out to be tags or pockets or envelopes or just, you know, text, you know, something you tuck into a text spot. So I'm not sure yet how the final look of each page will be, but I'm just selecting pages, as I've said, and just going with the theme of the cover. Okay, and this is a really interesting one. Look at this. It's not as thick as cardstock, not at all. It's an inner book page. So this book that I just shared with you, this is the inner page from that book. So if you look here, so this is the inner page, you see? So what I did was I cut off the inner page from the back. And I think, oh, look at that purple color. It's really nice. So I'm thinking of using just one and really just saving all these inner pages from books. But I might even, you know, use this other inner page as well. We'll see how it goes. But I really love that I'm using all the pages from all these books that I have. So I'm pretty happy that this is going to fit in the journal. This is a page, again, may or may not go in the journal. It's from the main book. And I may fussy cut it, turn it into an envelope, not sure yet, but I think the colors work well, the pink, the purple, and the yellow. This is from a different book. Again, I'm just with pinks and purples and yellows again. This is from a completely different book. This is from this book. Called Wildflowers, Eastern North America's Wildflowers. I've got to, you know, share my stash of books in a separate video, but for this journal, I'm trying to use as many pages as possible from a variety of sources. So a potential page in the book, because the size is just pretty much a good size for the journal. I just took out the whole signature and want to put the whole signature in the journal. And I'm not going to cut this up. I just want to use the whole, if I use this in the journal, as a whole signature, or a page in the signature in this journal. So again, this is from just purple pages from this book. I'm making sure I use up a lot of pages from that book. And again, another potential page from this book. And this is going to be my center page. And for all my journals that I've made so far in my early foray into junk journaling, all my center pages has been from England is a Garden by Catherine Hamilton, my favorite flower book at the moment. And this happens to be, look at this, an image of a clematis. So I want to use this as a center page. I'm not sure how yet exactly, but I think it's perfect for this journal. Isn't that pretty? Clematis, purple. Just love that. Love this page. And of course, for variety, I'm using a music page. It could be a couple of music pages that I end up using. I've got a paper bag that I have, embossed and kind of inked up a bit so you could see the little hearts. So it'd probably be a page in the journal. Do it this way and tuck some tags inside it, potentially. And of course, writing pages. I am a writer and I want to make sure that so far all the journals I've made have a good amount of writing pages. And these are from notebooks that have leftover pages. And I didn't want to waste any of it, so I'm going to use it in this journal. To be honest, after I've discovered dot grid, I do not like seeing lines anymore in my journals. I prefer dot grid a lot. But like I said, these are leftovers from notebooks that I haven't really used up, and I'm not going to waste the pages, so we're going to use it. Okay, you use what you've got, right? This is all about using what you've got. So I thought this would be good writing pages for this journal. A couple of doilies. I've got a small one and a large one. And of course, my staple, which I love, which is vellum pages. Let's just do this. So definitely we will including vellum pages in the journal as a page or a pocket. And I've also got a couple of, I love this lace that I got from online. Really love that, so I'll be using that potentially in the journal. And also I've got this other more skinnier lace that I'll be using in the journal. So these are a few of the pages, or a lot of the pages that I plan to use for this journal. And I hope that helped you and kind of give you an idea of how I'm building this journal. I hope you like this video, and I hope you're having a great day. Like and subscribe. Bye for now.